Welcome back. This is our second video. It's guaranteed to be way better than the first video. I hated the first video. I didn't think it was very good. She wouldn't let me redo it because it is what it is. The videos aren't going to be perfect. We know that. I guess we know that now, and we want you guys to know that too. So don't focus on having perfect videos. Deliver content. And so hopefully you're just hearing some of the things we're saying and maybe thinking through some of the things we want you to think about, not just in our videos, but in the other modules and stuff in the videos that we have. You just watched a video over obstacles, and I think it's definitely going to be on everybody's mind and one of the things we want to address. We will also say we don't have all the solutions. We want to help you, but we also know you're the ones with the solutions. So you guys are going to face the problems, and you're going to bring problems to us, and we're going to bring problems to our colleagues, and we're going to work through all of these together. It is going to be a very supportive atmosphere this year. That's the only way to be successful this year, so that's what we're going to focus on. But I did think of a motto while we were talking here, and I hated the spring, so we're going to ball in the fall. That's the plan. So I'm really looking forward to flipping and what education is going to look like this year. It is going to be better. We're going to ball out.
Absolutely.
In the fall. So one of the first things I want to talk about from that video is he talked about access. Our district's done a fantastic job of pushing out the iPads this year and MacBooks, so now every kid does have access. What we have to do, I think, as a staff is we cannot take that excuse that I don't have access. We've invested so much money in infrastructure and making sure that they do have access that anytime anybody wants to tell us that they couldn't get online or their computer was dead, we have to put that is not going to be an excuse we're going to take, and we got to contact parents and problem solve and talk to IT and talk to administrators. If we cannot have kids say they don't have access. We can't teach them if they don't have access this year. So we want to take that off of your plate and our students' plate. No excuse.
Absolutely. So the second piece to the video was how to watch videos, and this is where we want to share with our students how to interact with the videos of content. And we want to make sure that we emphasize environment, a study environment for them, having all their materials together, and that they have the freedom to stop and to pause and play the video and rewind to some things that they may need to have reiterated to them. So a piece of that is really how you share and deliver that to your students. So that's pretty much what that is, and very self-explanatory, but we want to make sure that students understand how they can interact with their content videos that you present to your students.
Another thing brought up in the video, they talked about safeguards and really procedures about how we're going to deal with making sure our class flows. And the biggest piece to that is making, in my opinion, I think what the biggest obstacle is making sure that the kids have access to the content, but just interact with the content, and we can check and see where they're at. And there's another module coming up talking about formative assessments, and I think you're going to have a formative assessment every class you have, so when they come in, you can see if they did the work or not, and what that procedure is and what it looks like. And we've been talking a lot about it, and I think we got another section coming up. We'll talk even more about it, but our initial thought is we want to deliver great content that the kids have access to and they can engage with at their level. There's going to be some differentiation with that, no doubt, because we all know we have classes that are all over the place. But when we set an expectation for a student to engage with content and they choose not to, we can't be okay with that. And so what we want to do at GMS is we're going to shut them out of the Zoom meeting. We're going to shut them out of the activity. And there are going to be activities that they want to be a part of, so that is a punishment. We're also going to contact their parents if they didn't engage with the content, and we're also going to contact their advisory teacher, who's also going to have the conversation. We know that safeguard and that procedure early on is going to be so important that we are in communication with our students and making sure that this is not the spring. We're balling in the fall. We're doing the work, and we're getting after it, and we're going to learn at an even higher level than what we did in years past. And we got to sell it first to ourselves and our staffs, but then we got to sell it to our parents and our students, because I think it's something that, when it's all said and done, is going to be a positive outcome for everybody.
Absolutely. You want me to take perfection too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I kind of hit that. I mean, this video is almost perfection.
Almost perfection.
But,
yeah, we're almost perfect. The last piece, number 5, was to start small. And this is where I feel we can really be creative as teachers. Start small. We can introduce flipped classroom and just discussing our classroom procedures, our first days of school, expectations from our students. And that will be a very, very creative way to get the children to understand what flip model would be, the learning style from the teacher itself. It's just a really good opportunity to use that as a content, your classroom management as a content. And it's even a good practice run for you as a teacher in creating a lesson of some sort. So start off small. Again, this is not going to be perfect, but we're having to get in it, and we just need to get in it with both feet. And here we go. So I'm going to stop talking because we're at six minutes. And
I think we're 2 minutes shorter than our first video. Our
There
second video is definitely better.
Boom, ball in the fall.
We'll see you guys here in a minute.